Hey everybody, Westlake checking in tonight from Bell Fountain, Ohio, on the road again, right? I got a story I need to get out there to all my friends and those watching on Facebook. My whole purpose and mission is sharing these stories and interviewing people is the hope that I'm going to provide somebody with insight, encourage somebody to try something to change their way of life. Perhaps they may be stuck in a rut, and that's precisely the purpose behind this interview tonight. It's with my best friend, Ron Black, who had reached a plateau and was kind of stuck. And Ron's going to share his story with you tonight in the hopes that we touch somebody out there and somebody watching in. Perhaps we'll get some insight and some encouragement to do something different, to step out and make some changes and enlighten themselves and better their life. So this is my best friend. This is Ron Black. He's from Bell Fountain, Ohio. Ron, introduce yourself and tell us a little about you, where you come from, what you do.
Like Wes said, I'm Ron Black. Lived here in Bell Fountain for the last six or 7 years now. Originally from Lima. I work at a local facility here in town. I started getting involved with weight loss a few years ago when I was about 260 pounds. I was about 260, 262. And I got down to about 245, and I just I plateaued there. I couldn't.
What were you doing, Ron, to lose weight?
A lot of exercise, going to the Y every morning, watching my food intake, calorie counts, things of that nature. I wasn't trying any vitamins or anything like that. I was just basically working out and going as hard as I could, tried to cut back on what I was eating. And I got to that point where I was there and I was stuck. I just couldn't get anywhere else.
So Ron is an official. He does basketball and baseball and has been doing that for
27 years.
27 years. And I'm going to tell everybody he's my mentor. And Ron has brought me up through the ranks in basketball before I got out of basketball. And he's brought me up into college baseball and helped me progress my career in college baseball. But one of the things we run into in baseball is weight issues, right? And looking the part.
Yeah, the appearance. I know the thing that set me off to even start losing the weight was, I have a picture, and I'll probably share that later, but I have a picture when I was about 260, and when I see the picture and I see the whites of my pockets sticking out because I was so big, I didn't even realize the vertical stripes on my shirt could spread out as much as they had. But it was pretty embarrassing when I saw the picture, and I knew I had to do something. So, like I said, I started working out. Well, another umpire friend of mine came along and started introducing me to this Moringa product, and I really hesitated. I had no desire to start taking anything. I thought, I could get there on my own. Well, I literally watched for about 1.5 years and saw Scott Taylor drop 80 pounds. I watched another friend of mine, Dan Jeffrey, up in Michigan, dropped a lot of weight. I think he went from 300s down to 190, and he today still looks phenomenal. So I saw that and I thought I may as well jump in and try. The biggest thing I can say about the drink is the energy that I got from it. The appetite suppression. I was not hungry. I was able to drink that in the morning, get my workout in. There's another supplement that I drank with it that came from it's made with the Moringa that I drank with it to carry me through the day, and I basically ate whatever my wife fixed for supper.
So you were encouraged, inspired by these other gentlemen,
yeah,
to make a lifestyle change, and you were trying on your own, but you were failing. I shouldn't say failing. I labeled this plateau because you'd reached a plateau. Yeah. You were saying around 240. Where are you at right now?
Right now I'm at 228.
At 228, so you're down about 30, 35 pounds.
Yeah.
Do you still work out continuously?
I still work out, but I'm only working out maybe 3 or 4 times a week. It's not every day. I'm 55 now, so
yeah, when I'm getting younger, for sure.
You know how that works. So I try to do what I can first thing in the morning. Try to make sure I get my steps in every day. I shoot for 10,000. But I make sure I drink my Moringa every day and follow through with my regimen, and I've just stuck with it. I'm not hungry. I've lost the weight. Another problem that I had were some issues with my knees, and I still have some issues with my feet, but that's more of a physical problem than it is anything that any medicine's going to take care of. But my knees don't hurt. My back's not as bad as it used to be. I'm doing really well.
Well, you know, anybody watching, it's if you've never done basketball, officiated basketball, running up and down on that hardwood is hard on your knees. It's hard on your back. And couple of our friends who be checking in could probably drop something in the comments to tell you just how abusive it is on your knees, because running that hardwood is hard on your knees, and it's something that does catch up with you. And you know, Ron, as my mentor, I've seen changes. The first time I seen you, you're right, you were a well-rounded individual.
Rounded shape, that's okay.
Rounded shape, but the stripes, and you're so much thinner now. In fact, you were my inspiration to start drinking the Moringa drink, and the changes it's brought back to my life, and I thank you for that. But it's something we want people to understand. It's a nutritious drink. Mm-hmm. There's no side effects. It's more like taking a superfood, and it does have effects. It does help you, and it does enhance your life. Correct?
Right.
Correct. Is there any other things that's, I mean, I know we talk about knee and joint pain. You've had back surgery in the past. You're pain-free for the most part?
Yes.
And you're down 35 pounds. Is this something you would recommend to a friend?
I would highly recommend it to anybody. It is a drink. The Moringa itself is something that when you drink it in, your body literally absorbs 90% of the product in your system. Like I said, it's got the food, it's got the suppression, so you don't feel hungry. The weight comes off. You feel more energized throughout the day. Your thought process, just the focus that I have every day when I'm at work has been phenomenal.
So, just to encapsulate or to kind of summarize, you spent several years trying to get down to 240. You started to drink this drink. You didn't change your eating habits.
No.
Didn't change your workout habits, and the weight started to fall off. So,
yeah.
So maybe it was just a nutritional deficiency, and
most likely a nutritional deficiency. I know in the first 2 weeks that I was on the Moringa, I know I told Scott I dropped close to 12 pounds, I was 14 pounds in the first 2 weeks that I was on the Moringa. And I was amazed because I'd been stuck at 245 forever, and you kind of walk yourself into a depression. I don't want to say depression, but you kind of walk yourself into depression when you get up in the morning and you weigh in and it's like 245, 243, 245, 247. And I just couldn't get off of that number. And you know, everybody tells you don't get the number stuck in your head, but you do. You get it stuck in your head and you want to lose. So I finally broke down. Scott Taylor, Brandon Cooper, Kyle George, Jason Stidham, they all had a little hand in egging me on, and I finally jumped in. And I still remember Scott sending me the text saying, and it only took you 18 months.
Right.
But, yeah,
right, and that's where skepticism comes in. And that's the whole purpose of these stories, guys. I present these stories on Facebook Lives to encourage you to take that chance, to step out and try it. The product that Ron's referring to comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. You got 30 days to try it, and if you don't like it, you can get your money back. You have nothing to lose. But the benefits, you're
phenomenal.
You're phenomenal. You're living proof.
And I think what you just said too is everybody has that hesitation. They take that step back to say, okay, I want to watch or I want to see, and that's all well and good. But at the same time, I can tell you, and I'm sure everybody else that's been on it can tell you that once you start it, I've been on it now for the better part of 2.5, almost 3 years. I take it every day. I don't miss a day. When I do miss a day, or if I miss 2 days back to back, I feel it. The energy's gone. I'm more hungry. It's just one of those things. So I take it every day. So it is something that you can, initially when you hear about it, you go, yeah, right, and I did the same thing. Yeah, right. But as I watched Scott lose 80 pounds, I watched Dan Jeffrey lose over 100 pounds, and I saw all the other things that were happening. I was like, yeah, it's time to get on board.
It's a real deal. It's a real deal. So, hey, Ron, thanks for taking a few minutes, for letting me come in your living room and take over your space, right? And come on Facebook Live, and this is something that I had to gear him up to do, right? Because I'm a little nervous to get behind the camera or behind the phone. But I do appreciate everybody checking in. If you would, drop down in the comments section where you're watching in from. We'd really appreciate it. If you're watching on replay, #replay. And hey, if you got any questions for Ron, he'll share his experience with you. Just drop it down in the comments section. If you're in need of more information, feel free to reach out to us. We will respond. And if you don't want to drop it in the comments, it's quite all right just to do a private message. I can appreciate that if you don't want anybody knowing that you're looking into something. But skepticism holds a lot of us in check, guys, and sometimes we got to step out of our comfort zone to realize what's on the other side of the fence, right? I mean, the only thing that stands between us and getting what we want in life a lot of times is fear. A lot of times it is skepticism. So we need to break through that and just step out. We have nothing to lose. And I thank God that Ron was willing to take that leap of faith and to try the product, because I seen the results Ron had, and that's what led me to step out and try it. And I encourage anybody watching, if you're interested in more information, all we're going to do is send you some information, and that's it. The rest is up to you. But thanks for watching in, and hope everybody enjoys the rest of the afternoon, the rest of the evening, and go Bucks!
Go Bucks!